Hey friends, Abby Johnson here. Just a quick little update on a couple of things. Coronavirus talk is everywhere right now, and so I do have a little take on something that you may have heard, and just want to give you some education so you can better defend your point and yourself. So there is talk about how, Republicans don't care about people suffering with coronavirus. They won't even approve this coronavirus budget and, for aid and blah, blah, blah. Well, the reason that Republicans have stood against this particular funding initiative is because Nancy Pelosi and her friends included money for the abortion industry. Now, the abortion industry has nothing to do with this virus. Planned Parenthood is not able to do anything to help people who have the coronavirus. So this was just a sneaky way for them to try to give money to the abortion industry. And the Republicans, actually looked at what it was going to be funding and said, no, we're not giving $1 billion to the abortion industry. We're not doing that. And so they pulled their support. So you just need to know that, so that if people are saying Republicans don't care, bleh, you can say, no, they do care. They actually care about protecting people from the virus. Abortion clinics have nothing to do with protecting people from the virus. So that's why they wouldn't approve the budget. Another thing that I have heard people talking about is the Handmaids. Many of us watch Handmaid's Tale. I love it. I think it's a great show. But there's a group of women who basically are like, the pro-lifers, they just want us to be like handmaids, just baby breeding machines. And so they come with their little hats and their red robe things, and they show up at generally pregnancy center events. However, they have started showing up at 40 Days for Life sites. So here's my tip. 1, don't engage with them. They look ridiculous. Let them look ridiculous. 2, if they start yelling at you or saying anything to you at all, you just need to remind them that handmaids are not allowed to speak unless they are spoken to. So maybe that will shut them up, because otherwise they're really out of character if they're yelling. It's not appropriate for a handmaid. So they really need to get into character and take it seriously. I mean, after all, they're wearing the costume. Let's see. Another issue that is circulating around the media is about an ultrasound bill that has been, they're passing this ultrasound bill in Utah. And, people are saying, oh, this is unnecessary. Pro-choicers are saying, oh, this is unnecessary. This is, a medically invasive procedure that isn't needed. All right, hold up. I'm going to educate you guys on ultrasounds in the abortion clinic. Ultrasounds are required to be performed before an abortion according to abortion clinic standards. Okay? They don't ever perform an abortion without performing an ultrasound first. Now, they do this primarily to find out how far along she is in her pregnancy, so that they know how much to charge her for the abortion. But it also shows them that the pregnancy is an intrauterine pregnancy, that it's not an ectopic pregnancy or anything like that, although they don't have the capacity to diagnose ectopic pregnancies. So an ultrasound is already being performed before the abortion. So informed consent laws tell us that any part of the medical record of a patient should be available to the patient. And the abortion industry doesn't even tell women that they're having ultrasounds done. And we can't rely on the abortion industry to police themselves. They don't follow laws. We've seen that over and over again with Medicaid fraud, skirting the law, and other issues. So we have to have regulations in place to help police these centers because they don't do it themselves. Any woman who's having an ultrasound at an abortion clinic should be able to have an ultrasound at a place outside of an abortion facility where there is not a financial incentive for her to choose an abortion. That's why laws like this are great, because it gives her information about free resources, pregnancy resource centers, other community health clinics, other places that she can go to have an ultrasound performed, where she will get accurate information, where there is not a financial incentive for her to choose an abortion. Laws like this make sense. It's proper informed consent. And again, these standards are imposed already by abortion clinics. So they're already doing it anyway. They're simply not disclosing the fact that ultrasounds are being performed on these women. And they're certainly not giving them the opportunity to look at the ultrasound. That's why these laws are in place. That's why we must have these laws. So if anybody starts talking about, well, they're not even necessary, or, politicians are trying to force women to have invasive medical procedures. No, we're not actually. What we understand is that because the ultrasounds are already mandated by abortion facility standards, then we need laws in place to ensure that women have access to those records, because without the laws in place, the abortion industry will not do their due diligence and make sure that women have proper informed consent and that they do have access to their entire medical record. So those are just sort of the three things I wanted to talk about today. There's my pro-life hot takes for today. I think it's Friday. It's Friday. I'm on a layover in the Atlanta airport and headed to Lafayette. You know what? Everybody's in panic over this virus. I can tell you my flights are full of people. There's not empty seats on the plane. There's not this panic that the media is sort of leading you to believe. But right now I'm actually filming. I need to get out of here because I'm actually filming inside of a Mamava breastfeeding pod. So I was trying to get somewhere that was quiet. But I wanted to show you these places are so cool. This is where I've spent many hours in here breastfeeding and pumping for my kids. And one of the things that they have in here is they leave little sticky notes in the pod, so you can write little encouraging messages to other moms as they're sitting in here pumping or nursing. And so I just wanted to show you, they're so cute. It's we support you, you're doing an awesome job, blah blah blah. And I love that, because that's what we should be doing as moms, lifting each other up and supporting each other. And anyway, I love it. So all right, y'all have a great day. I'm about to board a plane, and wash your hands. Bye.